Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Harish. I am an automobile consultant. I worked in automobile for 15 years. Now currently for last 6 years I am giving consultancy on new age vehicles, on EV and hybrid. We have done a lot of work. Now before going into that, I'll want to give special thanks to Savita Madam on the dais and the stakeholders for this program, TS Redco and TGIIC, and especially my partner ASCII to join this program to make people understand on the futuristic mobility as well as the past experience. So before getting into the subject, I have a lot of friends here who has come on a short notice. First of all, thanks to them to participate in this program. And now we shall start the program with giving some insights on the subject. As Professor Avasthi has given a lot of technical details, I'll give you my experience of first FAME 1 and FAME 2. We keenly observed the policies of government and how the international community also started this work. It was initially initiated by China. China was a forefront in this technology. Not only technology but adoption process also. We were little late, 5-6 years. Then we started. But by when we started, Europe has taken up. Europe got over nearly 17 to 20% of electric mobility before we started. China was 30% and we were around 5 to 6% of electric mobility. There was a hindrances. There was a hindrances for the technology. We always choose to the second runner-up in the form of technology as well as adoption of the technology. We never developed the technology on our own. So we always kept getting technology from outside and use those technology here in India. Specifically for the batteries front, we never ever had a battery manufacturing unit at all. We just assemble the battery and fix it. So we started understanding this ecosystem, how it works. This ecosystem will have dealers, distributors, manufacturers, and government agency which forms the policies for this kind of systems, nodal agencies which works in this. And there are two things which many people misses. Those are universities and research centers. Universities and research centers are the people who has to bring out the technology, novel technologies into the forefront. We have around 3,000 to 4,000 universities and research centers in India. And Israel has only 10% of it, not even 10%, 5% of it. In spite of that, Israel has more number of technology orientation and we have very less. Though we have tremendous capacity to get the technology of ourselves. China is in forefront because their government will push the agenda to all these ecosystems to see to that it forms into one system and progress. Here we don't have that kind of attention actually. It has to be collective effort. That is the reason we called all the stakeholders to understand each other and see collectively how we can progress. So research agencies, we met several institutions like Osmania University, IIT Hyderabad. We went to JNTUC to understand what is the progress of research in this area. So lastly, what we find is very, very backward kind of research going on through the students. Still the induction motor or something like that, they are doing the research. So technologically we are far off. So what we are into, especially we are into good is getting the technology, adopting it, making it as a product and selling it. That is what we are good at. And so there is a slow progression because of that also. So last 5 years technology has improved, where we started with 80 kilometer range cars. Now the range of the car is 600 to 700 kilometers. 600 to 700 kilometers. So a lot of improvement has been done in last 5 years. With that, I'll tell you the benefits to the India is what has happened for the first 5 years of China and us. First 5 years China has manufactured a lot of 80 to 100 kilometer of vehicles. Now the same vehicles are dumped aside. Even in India it is dumped, whereas in outside India is also it is dumped outside. So it is good for us that we are slowly progressing. The only challenge for us is the technology part. If we increase the technology evolution in India, then we can pick up the electric mobility or various other mobilities. If you see in last 5 years, there were a lot of acquisitions from Reliance, from Midwest. So many companies got technology from outside instead of researching in India and developing it on our own. So it is taking some time for us to develop these things. So currently the market size is 10% of electric vehicles. Slowly it is progressing. First progression was in two-wheelers. Two-wheelers picked up very well because people wanted to adopt two-wheelers too quickly. Now slowly the four-wheelers is catching up. Once the four-wheelers is there, the heavy-duty vehicles as well as buses will come up. There are challenges for the buses and heavy-duty vehicles. If you see last 20 years progression in India, banking got digitalized, totally transformed. If you see telecom, we were calling with 1 rupee coins. Now telecom is totally transformed. So all the segments one by one it is getting transformed across the globe as well as in India. Agri got transformed, textile got transformed. Once upon a time we used to buy jeans for 1,500 rupees. The same jeans you are getting for 500 rupees now. It is come down because of technology. So many segments are getting updated. Now for last 10 years it is automobile segment which is getting updated. For last 10 years automobile transition has started and it is progressing in different dimensions. It is first is electric mobility, which was there earlier also, like last 15-20 years back with Toyota introducing Prius hybrid vehicle. It is partially electric and partially fossil fuels, and slowly it transformed into the full-fledged electric vehicle in recent past. But technology was always there, but it was never ever implemented properly. So if you see in the context of GDPs, our total India GDP is around $3 to $4 trillion, and our Telangana GDP is $200 billion, and Andhra is almost same. Maharashtra is $500 billion. The one aspect which can give substantial growth in near future is automobile industry. Automobile industry, why it gives growth is whosoever gets the technology and adoption methodology more, that ecosystem has to be established in that particular state. They will get the opportunity to enhance. What is the enhancement part they get? There is scope of $200 to $300 billion approximately in this system, because it will be totally transforming from IC engine to electric engine. And electric vehicle mobility, it is not only electric vehicle mobility, but it also gases like a CNG, and now biofuels are coming, as well as there are certain technologies which are evolving, like supercapacitors, which is developed with graphene material. Not only graphene material, but there are many gases which they are adopting now, slowly. Once it comes into forefront, it will become one challenge to another. It will be challenging. Which one will face and ease the problem of IC engine quickly and get on to the people's this thing. When people start adopting these technologies, they will, whenever they feel that it is better than the IC engine, they will definitely switch over to that very quickly, very quickly. So there is a scope for Telangana to become a hub. Now currently Delhi is the hub for electric and biofuels components. Though Telangana has a good manufacturing of components, there are several industrial parks where they can produce these components. The only lacuna is the technology. Technology comes, it can quickly progress. So nevertheless, there is an opportunity here where a collaborative effort can be developed, like TSRTC is doing some efforts. There are institutions which TGIC is doing some effort, ASCII is doing some effort. Madam is from Social Welfare Department, they are doing some efforts. TS Redco as a nodal agency, they have brought out a wonderful policy to progress. So all these things collectively, if we can get on board these research agencies and universities, it will be a better way of progress to especially to this segment. So what finally we conclude is we should focus on all these aspects to gain in better way. One aspect I forgot is I closely worked with police department. Police department has got 12,000 vehicles, cars, and 24,000 two-wheelers. So it is the biggest operator of EVs with own assets. Next comes the other agencies, GHMC, MUDA and all. So police department and other government departments has a quick progression they have to make. So everyone has to take some risk on these efforts, take different technologies and update them so that they can quickly come up with the solutions for future. We are also working with the TSRTC to provide their solution for the retrofitment as well as new buses, but economically it is still yet to click, means it is not perfectly adding to the arithmetics and mathematics as of now. So in future we may come up with a solution for the TSRTC also. Finally, what as a consultant we want to conclude is there are a lot of scope. Scope is around $400 billion in India, and if somebody adopts this quickly and improve the technology on our own, it will be helping our people as well as to the industry where it can progress very quickly. Thank you very much.